From formation to taxation, covering inflation, temptation, high expectations, and that dreaded stagnation. We bring to you Hip Nation.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Hip Nation podcast. This is, I think we're on episode 26.
Whoa.
I know.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. They say that most podcasts don't make it past 9, so we're well past that. We're not a statistic.
In it to win it.
Yeah.
Forever.
So just a quick few housekeeping things. Hit the follow, like, comment, share button and all that fun stuff if you like what you heard today. And then there's a donate link at the end of every episode description. We do have one donor so far, which is so exciting. So we were able to upgrade our equipment, and now we have the capability to have 4 microphones, which is so exciting. So pretty soon we'll be able to have a couple different guests in here, and yeah, I'm excited to get going on this episode. I have
I'm stoked.
An extreme interest in our guest today.
Mm-hmm.
I have a vested interest in our guest today. And this guest came to me via a friend of mine. Shout out to Darcy Godfrey, who I believe is your girlfriend's boss.
Yes.
So Darcy is an amazing human being who owns Glow Up Adventures in town.
Oh.
And she also helps me teach my juniorpreneur program.
What is Glow Up?
Stand-up paddleboards.
Cool.
And they have the nighttime ones that glow.
No shit.
Yeah, rad stuff.
Let's go do it.
Yeah.
Naked.
No. So anyway, I was having lunch with Darcy one day, and of course, I didn't mention, but obviously everybody knows Jenny's here.
Spend more time with you than Lucy. So
sorry, Lucy, I love you.
Let's go Penticton.
So I was having lunch with Darcy one day, and I said, you should come be on our podcast. And she said, yeah, okay. And then we got to talking a little bit more about it, and she's like, you should have Brayden on the podcast. And I'm like, who's Brayden? And she started talking about you. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yes, we should have him on the podcast. This is so rad. So I'm so excited to introduce I have no better words than to call you somebody who's famous, because you are famous.
I'll take that.
Yeah. We have a famous YouTuber here today, and his name is Brayden Wheeler. So Brayden, please tell us all about you.
Yeah, and thanks for having me on. Darcy is an amazing woman, by
I
the
just
way.
love her.
She is.
And her son, Kai.
Yeah. Belle. And my girlfriend's name is Belle. She loves that entire family. But I'm Brayden Wheeler. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
Been doing YouTube, focused on a few different video games for about 10 years now. And I got a lot of stories, so...
Yes, I can't wait to hear them.
For 10 years now, but you're 25.
Yeah.
So almost half your life,
yeah.
You've been rocking it.
Yeah, maybe 11 years now that you do the math.
My notes say 11 years.
11,
Sorry, you're wrong.
Oh, she's got, you know me better than I know myself.
I don't want to correct you on your stats there, but I was nerding out today when I was doing my research and started fangirling, and I was like,
I was too.
This girl's stats are fucking impressive. Holy shit. Like, I don't know if you want to toot your own horn or not, but like 160,000 followers on Twitter.
Yep.
1.6 million subscribers on the YouTube, and like 500
the YouTube.
On the YouTube. You know, hey, I'm over 30 now, nice. So
that's like a rule.
Like 500 million views on your videos. Like, isn't it? You've got like over 4,000 videos too out there.
Yeah, we're up there. I don't even know anymore. You know me better than I know. Thanks for doing that research.
No problem,
reminding me.
Frick.
You're tooting my horn for me.
That's it. Well, sometimes you don't know. Like, I hate tooting my own horn, I'll toot all day.
But you love being right beside the person doing it, doing it for you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But I started making videos. I think grade 8 is when I made a couple of my first videos. Took a big break, and then like 3-4 months was my break. This was the very start of it all. Switched to high school in between grade 8 and 9. And the only reason I started back up is, and this was at about 200 subscribers or so. I always said the first 100, first 1,000, those are the hardest to
Those
get,
are,
right? To get those initial people.
Yeah.
So I joined a class, and it was something Photoshop, and interesting class, but it took 20 minutes, and then we'd have free time for the rest of the 45.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there.
What?
And right? Yeah. It was a great class.
Like, did everybody else have 45 minutes, or just you because you're like a freaking genius?
I wouldn't, again, not going to toot my own horn, but sure, let's go genius. No.
That's awesome.
No, it was an easier class, and you got your stuff done super quick, and then you could
Got
had some
credits.
time. So then I'm sitting there for the whole first semester, 5 days a week, with 45 minutes to spare. Why not figure out how to promote this channel of mine?
Yeah.
And back then
What?
I was making videos on a laptop that couldn't even run Minecraft. Like, it was so maybe 20 frames a second were the videos.
Did it have like an
right?
external camera and an external mic, or were
No,
you advanced by then?
No, it's built in.
Yeah.
It was built in, so it
Oh,
was not
nice.
good. The mic was super choppy. I don't know why people watched. I don't know how I got the first 1,000, to be honest with you. But I'd make one video a week, and it's probably looked down upon these days, but I grew my channel from comment section. Initially.
Right.
You can't do it as well anymore. People are figuring out new strategies, but starting out, it was all about promotion. And I'll say, like I said, the videos were not good quality. But I always have said it's sometimes you just need to show people. You need to get it out to people, and then figure out your quality, right? Like, honestly, these days, I mean, there's so many. That was a decade ago. YouTube was so different. These days, you need the quality and the promotion.
Right.
And we were just talking earlier, but how I don't know how I would have done it in this day and age of YouTube, because my strategy worked back then.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it would now.
Yeah.
And the strategy was basically just comment on very popular videos. Say something good about them.
Yeah.
And it was true.
Yeah.
But then mention my channel, mention so, or like, you just helped me reach this milestone. And back in the day, you could keep your comment on top by replying to it, or by having activity. So I would keep this comment on the top of a video getting 500,000 views a day, like a gaming music video or something viral, and then the comment would be right at the top, right? It'd be like right under his description for a month straight.
That's awesome.
And then that helped.
You had like the original algorithm figured out.
Yeah,
hey?
you can't do it anymore.
No.
You can't do it anymore.
How did you know to do that?
I honestly don't know. I sometimes just pat myself, 12-year-old Brayden, on the back, because that was a smart move. And people say maybe not the most ethical or whatever, but I did it. It happened. And
fuck the people.
When you all you want to do is grow.
And
and that was it. So that's how I got to about 10,000. That took me about 2 years.
So the original video games, like, because that's where you started with YouTubing, was Minecraft.
Yeah. And I actually, the Camp and Rusher is my YouTube channel.
Yeah,
and
I wanted to ask you about that.
Shit, sorry.
This is good.
I should have said
no,
that.
no. The only because it makes no sense.
The Camping Rusher.
Yeah.
And I see
get that
some
in people's heads.
people call you Rush.
Rush,
right?
Rush is sometimes I'll even call myself Rush sometimes these days, right, by accident. So Camp and Rusher, only reason I did it was I played Call of Duty when I first had the idea, and I didn't want, I was decent at the game. I wanted to be able to camp, which is where you stay still in a good spot for the whole game. And it's an annoying way to play. So I wanted to not get in trouble for playing like that, or playing like a rusher, someone who just rushes constantly, moving constantly, more action pay. It didn't end up mattering, because within 3 videos I switched to Minecraft once I saw the difference in views and success. So it didn't end up, but you can't switch your brand, right? Even with probably had 50 subscribers, 20 subscribers by then, I wasn't changing anything.
No.
You stick to the brand.
You already built it up.
So it does, Camp and Rusher, doesn't really make sense anymore.
I'm so impressed by your at such a young age, your awareness of branding.
Yeah.
Your awareness of like
Social media.
following the right path,
Yeah,
like choosing the right video game. Like this one's not doing so good, I'm gonna switch. Like
Yes.
Well, yeah,
at
because
that
we can
age,
get
what
into
the
that.
fuck?
I honestly
Disappointed a few people.
I'll toot
with your-
that guy's
with your
horn.
switching.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
we talked
yeah.
about, or we listened to that.
Yes, and we'll definitely talk more about that, right? That the transition period, because I've played so I ended up doing Minecraft for the biggest portion of my decade here, probably 6 years. I think
So
6
what did
years.
you like when you say you did Minecraft? What did you do with that back then that made you so popular?
Yeah, okay, yeah, and collaboration. So I got to about 15,000 all from the comment strategy. My dad ended up, so I had that bad laptop. As soon as I got to about 1,000 subscribers, 12-year-old Brayden knew this there's a chance here, right? This could be real. And my dad believed in me, thankfully. He's a business owner. Around the Okanagan, just a pharmacy owner, but just telling you that
Just a
background.
pharmacy owner. That's
but
awesome.
He's got a business brain, right?
Do you want to shout it out?
Just in town city center pharmacy is he's
Awesome.
Yeah,
Great
Awesome.
yeah, he's
Love
great
that
guy.
place.
He's my
Good
mentor. He's my hero. So it's a good spot.
Good drugs, right on. Yep.
Great service, great, just a great man.
Well, now that I know that, I'll go there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
Absolutely.
But he ended up. I told him, Dad, this is like I got a chance here. This is real. I need some better equipment though, and I got no money. I'm maybe 13 at this time. So he bought me the gear, a decent laptop for $1,000, 1,500. But thank God it was a joke at the time. I think he was trying to teach me something. He's like, I get 25% of all your future profits. That was his deal.
Yeah.
He ended up voiding it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, imagine.
Yeah.
But it was an early lesson. Like if you're gonna sell a portion of your company, you better be getting something good in return. And honestly,
Makes you work a little
needed,
harder, right?
yeah, and I needed that investment. There was a point, like I said, you need the quality at some point.
Yeah.
You can get as many eyes on you as possible, but those eyes will start turning away.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer in spending the money on the equipment.
Yes.
I mean, you should already have a good base as it is,
Yeah.
as an artist, because you are an artist, you're a creator, but also making sure that you have that really good equipment. It just takes you up the next level, right?
It's
Yes.
almost the baseline, right? Like
And it maybe hurts at the time. I know, like for myself, I'm in growing pains right now, and it hurts to just take that nice fat check and reinvest it in the fucking company, but it will pay off one day, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you did that with Dad.
Yeah, did
Bought
that
the
with
laptop.
Dad, and then collaborate. So then from there, started to post a little bit more frequently, and then basically right person at the right time. I made a good connection. He was doing a charity stream. His name was Jerome ASF. He's still big YouTuber. Back then, there was one Minecraft gaming team, run by a guy named Sky Does Minecraft, and they had all the power.
Yeah.
And by that I mean the views, whatever. But even outside, like if you wanted to get into the Minecraft space, you needed to be friends with these guys or friends of friends with these guys.
So they're all part of like a crew.
A crew.
So how many crews would you say there are now just with Minecraft?
These days, 5, 10, so many crews.
Is
now,
there?
hundreds?
Okay,
But there's still one big one.
Yeah.
And they're much bigger than back then.
And do you have to be of a certain level to get into this crew, or have a certain amount of followers?
I think
or...
it's there's no formula.
It's
just
who you know?
Who you know.
Yeah.
Who you know. And that's what happened here. It was just I was watching this guy stream, and I just sent out a tweet to my followers like, "Hey, I'm watching this. Go check it out with me." And he noticed that, brought me into the call.
Cool.
And in the call was a call with him, his mentor, Beijing Canadian, big YouTuber. They got brought into the main group a month later, and now I'm friends with guys in the main group.
Cool.
And then then it's just you got a web from there.
Yeah.
That's connections, and like we were talking a little earlier, but YouTube back then, the only thing that mattered how you grew was trading audiences, right? You got your 100,000 subs. He's got 500,000 or whatever. You kind of had to be close, or the big guys won't work with the super small guys unless they really liked you or something like that.
Yeah.
Trade, work together.
Yeah.
Put your followers to him.
Yeah.
And they'll put it back to you.
Right.
And that was a big part of my growth. That's how we took it from 20,000 in 2 to 3 years to 100,000 that next year into 500. So
Wow.
yeah, that was the early day. YouTube doesn't work like that as much anymore.
No, you said it's changed like when we were talking before about like 3 times now.
Yeah.
Significantly.
Yeah, just the algorithm, and we've, the audience, we've all changed. Just the world's changed, and YouTube's been, I think, a big part of that. A lot of people choose YouTube as their number one viewing site.
Yeah.
And it's stayed that or become that way for a reason. They keep iterating. Now it's a lot more analytical.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like it. As an older guy now, and
Older guy,
older,
oh my God.
older than 12.
Right, okay,
I don't
fair
think
enough.
12-year-old Brayden could have figured out the analytical YouTube
But
stuff.
do you think you have a good handle on it now? Like,
Yeah,
is
now,
it,
yeah. I love numbers. I love,
Yeah.
so that's sometimes that's my favorite part is trying to figure out why did they, because it'll show you, it's very detailed. Why did more viewers click off between 50 seconds and a minute and 5? What did I say that was so boring that made them skip ahead?
Wow.
Right?
Interesting.
And you'll be punished if they skip ahead.
Yeah.
That's
What,
how
really?
YouTube works now. Yeah.
Right.
It's all about watch time and click through rate.
Right.
And there's, those are the two main things. It's simple, but if they're low, either of them, your video will do.
Did you go to school for this, or is this just
No.
like you?
This
you
is
Google
just-
there a
shit,
school
or
for
what?
this?
I don't think there's school. Just
you
you
need
just
to teach a class already. Like Jesus Christ, we could talk about why some of my reels get like 10,000
Yeah,
views,
well,
and then
that's-
some get like 400.
and that's Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I got to be honest, I don't know a thing about Instagram.
No.
I've had I'm supposed to grow my Instagram more, focus on it more. I'm not a good photo guy, but I've had booklets sent to me on how to be perfect on Instagram because their algorithm's completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently,
Wow.
there's a lot about volume.
Okay.
Volume. That's all I know.
Yeah.
I don't have advice
Like
for that.
the physical sound volume?
No,
or
no,
volume
sorry,
of what
volume
you
of
like,
content.
Yeah,
Of,
gotcha.
yeah, that's and
Just
yeah,
keep fucking posting.
just keep posting.
Yeah.
I know.
There
I'm
is
so
a-
bad at
yeah.
that lately.
And then they switch always. Like they got a new product, and
Yeah.
YouTube's got shorts now. So now, like, I think there's advantages to experimenting with new because they want
It's
to
like
push
their
it. So
version
they'll
of
push
Reels
you.
or what?
Yeah. So
Okay.
you usually want to jump on the new things. 'Cause
Yeah.
if,
Yeah,
if they're
for
got a
sure.
new service, they're gonna push it.
Yeah.
And you go along with it.
So how would you? How do you do a short of like?
That's for me. It'd be just I was thinking about it. I should jump on it, but I got like 8 to 10 minute long videos as my form. Just grab sections,
Yeah.
and throw them up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
like the Joe Rogan clips we were
Yes.
talking about. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
even shorter.
Okay.
30 to a minute, right? Instead
Gotcha.
of yeah. And then I don't know. I haven't done much with it. I think the monetization's still lacking in those two. They're trying to figure that out, right?
Okay.
But yeah.
And you have a Bachelor of Commerce?
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Business degree. I
Where'd
guess.
you-
40
Sounds
school for
money.
that?
Sounds like money and
Yeah,
numbers.
yeah, commerce, numbers,
Let's talk.
business. Yeah. Calgary. I went to Calgary.
Oh, okay.
University of Calgary.
Yes, that's right too.
Yeah. It took me about 4.5 years, and that was another dad taking over there.
Yeah.
So I wasn't gonna go. I mean, I was some of the peak days with Minecraft and the businesses. Things were going well during that grade 12
Yeah.
period, and I'm glad I went. I'm really glad
Are
I
you?
went.
Yeah.
he-
How was the juggle on that
Oh,
one though?
just- well, 'cause
like
you're-
you're trying to cater to people that are maybe on the other side of the world too. So
Yeah.
are you getting up at like 3 o'clock in the morning just to post like
Oh, yeah,
not
and
just to post a video?
Yeah, and
right?
that
Or-
absolutely. I'd work through the night all the time. Not through, but I liked recording until about 2-3 a.m. And doing that in the university dorms was
I bet.
oh, it just felt so bad, right? You got your and I wanted the experience. That was the point of going. So my dad convinced me to go. 1, keep the social life alive.
Yeah.
2, a backup plan. Because YouTube, yes, it's awesome, but it is very unstable.
Yeah, yeah,
It's some months are great, some months are bad. That's just how it is. It's, and again, depends on your niche. But for me, it's pretty cyclical. Every 3 months, we're up and down.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So with that though, you want a backup plan, right?
Yeah.
And that was Dad's
like,
thought.
what do you think that is? Is that like, do you think because of like the weather? Like, honestly, like, do you
don't
think
know.
because like in the winter, that's where the majority of people are going to be playing their video games, and then
Yes,
summer hits, and
that's
it's
a
like,
big part of
is
it.
that your like low season? Would
and
you say?
and niche, right? It's
Yeah.
for Minecraft, the cycle was kids going back to school. So September was your low.
Really?
Yeah, and then
Shit,
your July, you're right in the heart of summer.
Yeah.
That's where things were booming. And Fortnite, I think, semi-similar, but Fortnite's you got the younger guys, but also a lot of older people playing Fortnite. So it's not as noticeable as a drop.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it just depends on your niche, right?
Wow.
Where you see your cycles. Fortnite does. I'm a Fortnite news, very specific niche.
Yeah.
And Fortnite does an update every 3.5 months, a big one.
Yeah.
So every 3.5 months, numbers go way up.
Right.
Then we come back down. But and it's fine once you get used to it, because it's not something you're doing incorrect.
Right. Yeah.
So does Fortnite like send you the news to read on your channel, or do you do all the research yourself, or do they sponsor you, or how does that work?
A good group of Fortnite does post a lot, and but they'll leak things. So it's like a community, leakers they call it. But it's these guys who are smarter than I am with. I don't know if it's computer programming or going into the code. I don't know. I always say I'm not a tech guy in the vids. I provide the info. So I probably got a group of like 20 sources, 20 guys that dig through the files and will tell us, what's coming in a month from now. They're going to be working. We just saw today Wu-Tang Clan times Fortnite's doing a collaboration in 3 days. So just a random little and Epic Games, who owns Fortnite, they like this leaking community because it builds hype. It builds so they've started to like lean into it. They'll purposefully keep things in the files to be found, and
we need to start leaking some shit.
Yeah, we do.
Let's start leaking everywhere. But that is one of the things that, because you do leak information, sort of, right? Like that's one of the things that made you successful is by like promoting like things to come, or like weapons and accessories.
Being the first guy to do it,
right? And that's what got the clicks and everything, right? So talk a little bit about that. So you have like obviously some inside information, and then you put it out onto your channel. And that's generally how it goes. And starting off was, again, the early days of the Fortnite leak, and Fortnite is the best game, especially for YouTube right now for what I'm doing. Minecraft's still huge. That's still a big one. I just got a little tired of it. That's why I moved on. It is still number one by far. Like, I think Minecraft did 3 times the views of number 2. I forget what it might have been Fortnite or Roblox, something like that. But Minecraft is 3 times the total views on YouTube. It's not even close for top game on YouTube. I just got a little tired of it. Else I'd still be doing it. That's where the most of the money is, and you got to be a bit more kid-oriented, kid-friendly, because younger viewers with Minecraft. But it's interesting that you say that, because you said that it just wasn't your thing. Like, even though that's where the money is, you got tired of it. So it wasn't like fueling your fire. You weren't like stoked about it, right? And I think that's huge with you, especially just from the research that I've done on you, is that like you literally just follow your passion. You don't care about how scary it is to leave something like Minecraft or what was the other one? The Rocket League.
Yeah.
Well, that was a big controversy.
God, every time, especially every time. And you're right though, because Minecraft was, again, still is the best, and I loved it for so long. Don't get me wrong, but just YouTube's supposed to be the dream job. YouTube's supposed to be the job that everyone wants to. So if I was near year 5, year 6 there, I was starting to just hate waking up. Not that it was the hardest work; it was just repetitive and. Again,
you feel like you're saying the same shit over and over too, right?
And why am I sticking around if I hate this? Like you got this opportunity, it's not over. Switch while you still got some followers. The switch was just horrible. Like that, right?
From Minecraft to
Rocket League. The viewers are just so used to Minecraft. Like, I think maybe 10% of them have tried Rocket League, played it. But I was already playing it and just having fun, so I thought, imagine I can switch, do it again. I can just keep living the dream. And about 3 to 6 months of down and very negative comments, and they're negative comments from people you care about too. It's not just a hater. It's a fan that's been with you, and you're kind of betraying them, and that's right. But eventually they'll either leave, some will morph to Rocket League, and then you start growing the Rocket League side of things, and then it was so worth it, right? It takes a while. It's a delayed gratification, but once you get it, it was a good feeling.
Yeah.
And you made the right move.
And then leaving Rocket League and going to Fortnite
was a bit easier.
Was it? Yeah. It was easier, but like I appreciated the video. Sarah sent me a video, and it was really interesting the way that you just you just said it was what it was, and you just weren't inspired, and you had to go, and you said like, I don't blame you guys for unfollowing me. Totally fine. You know, it sucks that you're going, but I don't blame you. Like, and you had to do what was best for you, even though it was scary shit.
Yeah, it was.
Well, and like I was telling you before we started recording, that I hated that you had to apologize to people for that, and you were so kind and so thoughtful in your apology. Not that I think you owed anyone that, but or maybe you feel like you did, but
when your job is social media and doing it for the people, and
right,
you just pissed off the people.
that have been supporting.
So
I guess
it's good for you for acknowledging it, but like it sucks that you had to, right?
It does, because you probably got a lot of hate, and
and maybe part of it, like I'm sure I was feeling somewhat guilty, but also just trying to frame things in the best possible way to keep as many of these people with me as possible. Like, hey, give this a chance with me. I can't remember. I haven't watched that video in years, but it's probably a combo of those two things, right? Actually feeling guilty and bad about it for sure, but also stick with me. Like, it's still going to be good content, and a lot of the audience was growing up with me.
Exactly,
right?
That's what I was going to say. Grow with me, right?
Grow with me, and again, people still play Minecraft, I'm sure, my age, whatever, but not a lot, right? And we're talking about the big statistics when you're making videos. So Rocket League was just a little bit older, and it was what I loved doing, and it was good. And that was about a year and a half. And then Fortnite was just, and we all know Fortnite, I think most of us, even if you don't play games, Fortnite was just on its way up. And the reason you could tell is I'm still subscribed and buddies with all the old Minecraft guys. And a lot of those guys from the decade ago, they've morphed into other games now. And you could see them moving to Fortnite, and just their numbers were going up and up and up. And so we jumped on within 3-4 months of the game launching. Rocket League was going down. This one was not about enjoyment. This was just chasing the views a little bit, and the passion. I love YouTube. I love, it's hard. It's saturated. It's competitive. And Rocket League, just I was one of the top guys, but it was a small pie, right? Big piece of a small pie.
Right.
Fortnite, I'm a lot smaller piece, but it's a lot bigger pie. And that's why I switched. It's a challenge, because all the old guys that I used to work with, we're competing now, because they're in it too, right? And you just the titling differences, the thumbnail differences, the quality of videos it's harder. But that's fun. That's fun when it's hard.
So have you had to borrow more money from your dad to buy better equipment?
I can buy my own now. Still talk to him a lot about money. Never paid him his 25. He doesn't come after me though, so we're good.
That's good. I think he's probably doing pretty well on his own.
He's happy.
Speaking of which, in the video that I watched, you kind of briefly mentioned that you had some staff, and some of those staff were family members. Talk about your staff, because your videos, like, they're not just you sitting in a room. Like, there's a lot of editing going on, and they're phenomenal.
Oh, that's thank you. You're raining compliments on me today.
I was hoping that it's you that does all that, but maybe you have staff that does that.
It actually is, and I do my staff. My staff is my mom's my bookkeeper. Nice. Amazing, but I mean, trust her so much, and she's your mom. She's a smart woman, and I trust her, so that works perfect. I had a lot more staff during the Minecraft days. I don't know if you guys Minecraft server. That was, I don't know if you know what that is, but that was a big business of mine. Was a server. So it's basically within Minecraft, you log in and then you connect to an IP. It's like a game within a game, right? Okay. Everyone can join this hub, this location that we've got a team of coders that allows, Minecraft can be manipulated into a bunch of different, it's still Minecraft, but there's different games within, right?
Okay, yeah.
So they come on and we sell product. I mean, it's intangible, but better items.
So product meaning like weapons and accessories you can use within the game.
Yeah. So there's no cost to us, right? And that's this was probably my biggest, most successful business throughout all decade. It's done now. I've sold it. and yeah, so I had a bunch of staff with that, 8 or 9 staff, coders, and kept a couple around. But these days, I got my brother does my filing. He just keeps me organized, and I do thumbnails, editing, everything. I'll pay out for artwork for the thumbnails, and then I'll just kind of put it together.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if I recommend, like, for now, I can handle it all. Yeah. If I want to scale, which I do want to, going forward, any increase in volume of videos, I'll need an editor, a thumbnail guy.
Because you're doing 1 video a day?
Ish. I'd say 5 a week. Really? 5 a week or so.
Holy lick.
It's not nothing, but it's manageable. It's nothing crazy. And a lot of the bigger guy, you have to outsource and scale up, right? I mean, that's just business 101.
Hire somebody.
Hire somebody,
right? Hire people,
let
Sarah.
people do what they're good at.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So for now, that's where we're at. We're happy, and we'll see where it goes. Yeah, and it's just so expensive for an editor, right? But it's like getting new equipment. You got to take the leap, and I will take the leap. And you could be even losing money in the first couple months, but the quality will be noticed.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Right now, I just don't need.
Yeah.
I have enough time.
But then when you do hire that person, you can really focus your passion, because maybe your passion isn't editing. So give that to somebody who's passionate about it, and then you'll be able to see the stuff that you're doing get even better too, right?
And that's the plan.
Yeah.
So that's where we're heading, and it'll be a new game. I don't want to quit Fortnite this time. I want to create another channel parallel and do them both.
Oh, cool.
Because you're right, Fortnite, I don't think it's going anywhere.
No.
And I'm not tired of it at all.
That's awesome.
But I want to do more. You want to tackle something else. And just chase the passion a little bit, because that growth period is the funnest part, right? I'm plateaued right now. It's great. It's not a bad thing.
You want to be learning too, though. You want that excitement and that, holy shit, can I do this? Am I capable of this? And then when you do, you're like, fuck yeah, I did it.
It's the best feeling in the world, right?
When you plateau, you're kind of like, okay, bring on the next challenge. Bring it on. I'm ready for this.
It's a weird feeling, because it's still going okay, good, right? You're happy, but not that excitement you get when you hit and when things go well.
Being inspired is just everything. It's why you do it as a creative, right? You want to be inspired and inspire other people. Yeah. Exactly. Which is your main job.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So the commentary on what you do, I just have to compliment you on that. When I heard it, it's because I grew up watching sports a lot, and it's literally, you sound like a sportscaster, the way that you're commentating on these videos. It's holy shit, this guy has he's got a career in sports, and then I'm like, oh wait, this is a sport. This is you know what I mean?
Sport,
the way you talk it gets people fired up. I was like, where do I get this Minecraft? Where do I get this Fortnite?
You don't even play, you don't know anything, just listen to the voice. Well, that's a nice thing to say. There's another compliment.
I know, right? Sorry,
but I think that obviously it must matter, right? And there's just some, and I see it too. You come up with all these theories, there are just some accents specifically that are really nice to listen to. I think those people do better on YouTube. I want to think right away, Australian accent. It's just
Aussie man. Oh my God.
It's really nice to listen to.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the ratio is, population in Australia to successful YouTubers, right? I bet it's skewed a little bit. That's just a theory. I don't know, but I see them blow up, and maybe there's other parts there. There's been theories too about easier to blow up in smaller spots because your videos are pushed more. There's less. Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
But I think there's certain voices out there that are just nice to listen to.
Interesting.
And you think mine's one of them?
Yeah. Wow. I do.
It's
you just sound excited about it, and maybe it's just because you have that passion.
For
what you do.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you're listening to Dick Vitale doing the basketball commentary or something like that. It's so. I know. I just
maybe that's
I just went super
Buck
lesbian
Martinez,
sport.
Right? You're a Jays fan, aren't you?
Yeah.
Buck you know who Buck Martinez is? He's the guy that comments every Blue Jays game.
Okay.
Yeah, he's very well known. He's in the hospital right now, but anyway. I was telling you before too, just such an awesome radio voice, and not that it's radio, but you have that. You can tell your passion comes through in your voice.
Big time.
I had him on for I think an hour while I worked today. I'm like, I don't even know what he's talking about, but I like to listen to him.
I got excited.
Yeah.
I was cooking and I got more excited about cooking.
Fired you up for your cooking.
It was really cool.
It is cool.
You also, so another thing that made you super popular was by encouraging people to create these, what was it, factions or groups?
That
or
was
teams?
the server.
Right.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You
No,
really
I want to talk
done your
more about
research.
that because I think it's really cool that you were just encouraging everybody to grow together and bringing people together.
Yes.
You know.
So factions, because the grouping thing is the collaborative, that's how you get other people. But factions was the server, the game mode that I had. The name of it was Factions.
Okay. Yeah.
So the reason the business did so well, like that business was more successful even than the YouTube videos, but the YouTube videos were necessary for the business to succeed.
Right.
Basically, it was factions, and it's the idea of the game mode is you group up, you make a group within the game, you build a base, you can and you defend it from other people, and you go attack other people's bases. That's the idea, and our server was one of the top 3. Factions wise, and Factions was the most monetizable server. So per player, they were spending the most compared to all other games. So that was one thing. So that's a great stat. But usually when they spend money like that, it's like, okay, how much fun how many players can you get there though? Yeah. Right? Like they're spending so much, but maybe you're not getting a lot. And that's what Factions was. It wasn't the most popular mainstream game mode. Right. But people spent when they played. It was very pay to win. Yeah. And so we created the server, and then I created a series, and I made 1,100 videos of this faction series. Yeah. And it was my most popular series, and it did less views than I get now. It was 30 to 60,000 per video over the years. We went up and down, right? It's like a 4-year series.
Here we are sitting here going, I'm glad I got my freaking 8,000 views.
Well, every view matters, and it's all relative, right? When I'm thinking back now, but my point is, because every video was on my monetizable player, per player business, every viewer eventually, as that started to grow, they were all interested in playing Factions, so they'd come to our server. Right. And then, like I said,
it kept getting bigger and bigger.
Kept getting bigger.
The gaming world, that's
Minecraft,
your goal.
Well, taking over the Minecraft Factions world, right? But that was a monetizable space to be in. Yeah. So it was, and I loved it. Met so many people through it. It got to hire staff and learn, and this is all about 16, 17 when this is growing. Yeah. And we were bringing in money, and we Dad's like, hey, we got to incorporate you. I didn't even know what any of this meant, right? Brayden, you got to start paying taxes. Yeah. I keep mentioning my dad, but thank God I had him. Yeah. Because just working me through and helping me out. But yeah, Factions was a massive. When I quit from Minecraft to Rocket League, it was quitting Factions. I was a Factions guy.
Yeah, that's scary shit though.
They're dedicated.
Freaking in love with that. You can tell, right?
Yeah, big part of everything. Everything I've done.
Is that something that you could do with Fortnite?
Hopefully, that's a good question, because when I say Fortnite's, I don't think it's going anywhere. Mm-hmm. They are now working right now. Fortnite, you know what it is? You jump in, it's 100 people battle royale, right? You jump in and you fight. Now in the background though, they're working on, I don't know if you guys know Roblox, is a kids game, but it's basically it's a platform for all these different servers, all these different games within Roblox, right? That are created by the community, and those creators can make money off their game within Roblox. Roblox takes a cut. That's the entire, there's no Roblox game. Right, it's just a platform for Fortnite's on its way to that. Okay. On top of the game, they're going to have this other area that could be bigger. Once you allow the community to create, you're not limited to, even a team as big as Fortnite, Epic Games, you're not limited to just them. You're limited, anyone who's passionate and wants to create something using the Fortnite. Again, the coding or these guys are smart. I don't know, software engineers or whatever. Yeah. So that's where we're going. Yeah. And yes, that is part of my plan because I know it'll be monetizable. So if I can somehow combine what I'm doing on YouTube again with something that you can create within Fortnite, that's the goal.
Yeah. And that's especially since you already have a history and a past of doing it, right?
Yeah, I got guys ready.
Go with what you know. Yeah. You got guys ready.
Oh yeah, they're ready. We know what's coming. And I got in
Factions 2.0. Let's go.
Some of the old team, right?
Love
they're standing by.
Yeah. That's really cool. That's so awesome. And so your old team, are they local or are they from all over the world? Because like, I know you and I were talking earlier about like growing, you're the same age as my little brother. And I used to listen to him playing Xbox and he have his headset on and he's just talking to random people. And I think that's really cool. I mean, it scared the shit out of me back then. So I was like, who the hell is he talking to?
Right.
But that, like you're saying, like that's how you've met some of the coolest people that you know. Yeah. So the people that you part of your team, are they local or are they people that you've met through doing this?
Mostly doing this. Yeah. A couple guys you work with because you're buddies first, right? You never meet anyone randomly locally, but you're bros
games.
First before games.
I don't know.
Are you gonna use
that? I'll make you a shirt.
Yeah, make you a shirt.
Games before dames. I don't know. You got a girlfriend though, so like you can't say that, right? Yeah. Don't tell her that comes first.
Yes. So yeah, most all over.
Yeah.
The one funny, my right hand man, I call him. He worked with me on the server. He was just a hire. We hired him, and then ended up just having a big role. Yeah. He's a British guy from cool. Manchester, but he's now
I got one of those.
Moved to Victoria. Yep. He got his permanent residency, so I see him more. So he's around. He went from he's not local yet. He's close to local though, right? BC,
totally.
For all the way from Manchester. So
that's
it just really cool. it weirdly worked out.
Yeah, it's a cool accent too.
Yeah, it is a good accent. Yeah. It's a beautiful accent.
My fiance is from England and she's near there, so that's why.
Love her accent.
Yeah. It's good. I mean, it's beautiful. It's going a little bit now that she's more Canadian.
No, it's not. That's just you.
It switches slowly.
Yeah. Just getting tired of it now, actually. So time to trade up.
Stop.
Stop.
She's gonna kill me. But like we discussed earlier too. I mean, we were talking a whole bunch before we even turned the mics on. I want to go back to what you were saying about meeting people through these games and the early days, and when you would meet up and have these like conventions in LA. You said you went to twice a year, and you guys would rent a house. And let's talk more about that because that's freaking cool.
Oh, and I love this was some of the more fun times back in the day.
Well, because you picture somebody who's doing video like gaming and YouTube as like their career, and you're like, but he sits in a freaking basement. What is he doing? And then you were saying you go to LA and you freaking party a couple times a year.
That was it, right? Yeah. And there are people like there. It's a mix, right? Yeah. It's a healthy mix. But yeah, so I told before we started recording, told you guys that my biggest inspiration is I wanted some company to pay for me to go on to a gaming convention. I don't know why. That's just I watched some of the old school YouTubers that before I started, and I saw them do that, and I just thought it was the coolest thing. Yeah. And eventually we got there, but about 3 years in, I went to Seattle when I was 16. My mom had to come. You need a chaperone at 16, right?
Yeah.
So she's pretty cool. Yeah, right. She didn't come to the parties. I didn't let her come to the parties. But she was
just gonna play video games the whole time. God. Nothing crazy.
It's not like Napoleon Dynamite.
God. I don't think that'll work. She would have known what we're doing. Yeah. But she was cool. She'd stay back and we'd tell her all the stories, everything. But when we went there, we partied with that big group, my friend, and it was that one was a frightening. It was a big deal to go, but you're 16, you're shy. It's 18 to 25-year-olds.
Right.
I barely said a word. You're kind of shaking. You're sitting there, but we made it, and we made a couple connections, and I still got good connections with guys from that first one. Cool. But from there, past that, I started doing these things twice a year. LA was the big one.
And these
Seattle.
were the video game conventions.
Yeah, Boston, we had a big one.
And people did pay for you to go eventually?
Maybe once or twice they did, but usually
you hit that goal though that you eventually.
We hit the goal. Yeah. We hit the goal, but it was also nice because once you go to these things, you'd make videos and it would pay for itself because you're meeting up in real life with the guys you're collabing with online, right? Like we had this big Minecraft group and we're recording it together every day. So when we all got together in real life, it was this big deal. Yeah. And it was for the fans too, but for us, like we're best friends. You're talking to these guys more than you're talking to anyone in real life. I had a decent social life in school, but you're working lots. Like when you're building a business, you're working a lot.
Yeah.
Especially at the start.
Yeah.
And we worked and we played and those things meshed together. So you talk to them so much. So when you see them, yeah, it was some of the best 4-day trips ever.
For sure.
So much happiness and
excitement, I imagine.
Excitement. Yeah, and it was a good time to. We'll do a reunion soon because I was telling you guys earlier. It's just there's less collab, at least in my niche right now. I'm a newsman. I do Fortnite news. I still talk to a couple buddies out gaming or whatever. But for work, I don't really need. Whereas back in the Minecraft days, five, 6 guys on at a time making a video, right? So I don't know, good and bad to it, right? I definitely miss some of those connections. But so a reunion is. Now that we can travel again, right? A reunion is needed.
Oh, no kidding, hey?
Yeah.
And you were saying there would be sometimes 30 of you in a house and renting this house in LA. I think that's so cool.
Oh, it was, cool. And 16 years old to about 20. I was one of the older ones, maybe. I was right in the middle. Yeah. And just from all walks of life, right? That was the big difference. Like in high school, this is where I was at the time, high school. So it's a little clicky. You hang out with people that you think are similar or whatever, you click out a little bit. But with YouTube, you don't know who they are. You know their voice, you know their personality, and that's it. And that was a great thing because then once you got there, you'd be hanging out with people you didn't think you ever would, but they're the best people in the world. Yeah. Right. Really, and I'm sure people thought the same about me. Yeah. So that was just a whole people from all walks of life and just enjoying each other's company.
That's awesome.
Which is good. And we, once you get out of high school, you end up doing that anyway, I think. But
for sure.
Experiencing it in high school was cool because having the real life friend group and then the YouTube.
Well, at such a young age, knowing that there's more than just the high school cliques, right? Like going on these trips and being exposed to so much more, right? And even still, like on these video games, you're talking to people from all over the world. So whether you're, in LA or you're in your basement, you're still exposed to even more. And you're growing as a teenager, probably more than some of the cliques were.
Yeah, looking back, honestly. Yeah. I think it was really a bigger deal than I thought at the time. So it was good experiences. Yeah. And fun.
Sure. Well, what did your parents think? Like when you were doing, like, were they ever like, you're playing too much, you're sitting in the dark for too long?
Dad was, until there was some money coming in, right? Yeah. Honestly, as soon as the laptop was bought, 1,000 subscribers, he believed. Yeah. But before that, he'd always been, limit the time, limit the whatever. Yeah. My mom was just, do whatever you want. Yeah. With just be honest, don't lie to me. Yeah. Do whatever you want. That was her style. And my dad is pretty lax guy too. Yeah. But I think if things didn't start growing, there would have been limits. Right. But because I was on a lot. Yeah. You have to be again at the start.
Oh my God, to get some of the stats that you've reached, for sure. So you did the commentary, the posts on the accessories and offers, weapons, and the item sales and stuff, and the groups and factions. Yes. And then Pokemon. Pokemon was that went freaking nuts here. It was crazy. Pokemon Go.
That was a classic trend. It just jumped on a trend because I think I made maybe 5 to 10 out of my 4,000 videos on Pokemon Go, right?
You just jumped on it.
Just chase. I mean, you see the views going up. And I was a lot less structured back then than I am now. Yeah. So we did some real life videos, grandma pranks and random things like that. Mostly Minecraft, but a little bit more about me than it is now. Right. It's Fortnite news. It's structured. Right. And there's good and bad to that. Yeah. So... Yeah,
it was just like one of those things that you just like forked off.
Yes, forked off. One of them did a milli, I think. Pokemon Go hack or something.
It was crazy. It was just like one of those like, I'm just gonna do this, some Pokemon Go hacks, see what happens. Yeah. And speaking of forking off, you did a music video.
I don't. Yeah, you've mentioned a music video.
I don't know if it was that or if it was maybe this diss track that
I bet there's that, and it's from 7-8 years, some of them, so I don't fully remember, but we did some weird things. And it was our group we were just a bunch of Minecraft nerds, really, right? And we had followers. We had female followers more than it didn't even make sense. So I don't know what we did. Weird music videos or some real life stuff.
I was looking for all this information, and I saw somewhere that you did like I wrote down shit like The Dirt, and there was like, you left the Rocket Leagues, you did the Switch and all that. So that was one thing.
Yes.
And then it said somewhere that you did a music video, and then some diss track where like there was like this big controversy with this Ben M fake giveaway. Talk about that.
Well,
like,
that was part.
And you like called them out.
Yeah, that was part of the faction series. And again, 1,100 videos. You're trying to think of anything, right? And Ben M was one of the guys I worked with. I haven't thought about that. He's a younger guy. He was like the little brother of the group.
Yeah.
And so we came up with some, like it was behind the scenes planned. Like he makes me mad and for the story or whatever, right? And then
that's a good idea.
Diss track and we're always just trying to create drama within. It's like some of the shows you see on Netflix these days, right? Just filler and keeping it going and drama at every corner.
That's like
so that's what it was.
It's like reality TV. But like, I fucking love that.
That is awesome.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh, there are so many memories from those factions videos, and apparently a music video was one of them. You know better than me for some of these. I was
searching hard for this music video. I'm like, where the hell is this thing?
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
Must have got pulled or something. Hey, it's just there
taken
for the
down.
clicks.
Inappropriate or something. I went too far.
Have you ever had a video pulled?
Sometimes copyright, like a music or something. Never anything
controversial,
interesting or controversial. Just
what is the rule on that? Because someone was just asking me this the other day, if they could have, like if you can put a copyrighted song in your podcast, which I want to say you can't.
You can't.
Right.
Yeah. It really comes down to making money. Like I think the idea is, and it makes sense, other artists, creatives don't want you making money off their work without getting a cut. So there you can get letter of permission and then because it'd be them coming to take you down, right? I think someone has to act. So if they give you permission, then they won't act. But for me, I avoid copyright. I just completely avoid it.
And so I fully understand copyright laws and everything. As a graphic designer, I have to know all that stuff. But I was unclear on the audio side of things. I know with like logos and stuff, I could read you word for word the copyright laws, but
and I think live streaming, like they're starting to crack down. Like that's a new thing. The live streaming guys who they're up for 8-10 hours straight, and they'll have playlists going, just normal mainstream playlists going the entire time. It's been good for years. I think the last year they started getting in trouble, and I'm talking bands. But it was more about the VODs, the saved. So it wouldn't even be on the live stream. It's just if you kept I don't know if you kept your live stream there to watch later. Then I don't know if they can go back and see it, and that was why it'd be taken down. Or if it's something to do with the laws with live streaming to video. I think the former, the first one, right? If it's up, they're gonna find it.
Yeah, something Joe Rogan always says is like, "Give me some audio, Jamie," and Jamie's like, "Oh, I don't want to. We're gonna get in shit, right?"
Yeah, there we go.
So I think he also mentioned something one time about I think it kind of touches on what you said, but when Joe Rogan plays a music video or something on his podcast, then other people access that music video through his podcast and not through its original
stealing money in a sense, right? Yeah, that's another reason.
Fair enough. So when you do your commentary and your news and stuff, is that you playing the game on the video? And are you playing while you're talking, or do you record the playing first and then talk it over later?
Good question. Not live playing. Some people do that, and I do not understand. How do you keep your words going when you're when I started Call of Duty commentary, that's what got me into it. Just a guy playing COD while he talked to you about it. They usually just be a story or something, right? And so that was the early days of YouTube gaming, and a couple people still do it. I just it's again analytical now. So no, answer the question quickly. Yes, it's pre-recorded. That's the beauty of it. There's no audio. So like the best part of my job is I maybe say goodnight to the girlfriend 10 p.m. And then I go downstairs, hop on with the buddies, kind of have a beer or two, whatever.
Yeah.
And we can just fool around and play. That's working because there's no audio because as I'm going to talk over top of it, and you just record for 3 hours and take the best parts.
Yeah.
And because the viewers aren't there to see the gameplay. The gameplay is just is a bonus. They're there for the news.
Yeah.
But obviously, the better I am,
yeah,
it's not going to hurt to be better at the game.
Totally.
But right. I'm not pro or anything. I used to play a lot, especially in university which weirdly, I don't know if I had more time or if it was just structured.
Right?
You studied, you played games.
Yeah.
That was just what we did. And that was when I was blowing up. So that was part of it. But now, I don't know. I'm probably top 5%. Nothing crazy. But those 1%ers, 0.5, they're playing 8 hours a day every day.
Really?
And I just, I love the YouTube. I like Fortnite. but I love YouTube.
Right.
Fortnite's just where I get, is just the battlefield where I get to do YouTube.
That's
right.
Where you get your content.
Yeah. And
So do you do commentary on the game you're playing ever?
Never about the game. It'd always just be general Fortnite.
Right.
So it's always Fortnite.
Just news.
And no, the commentary is never related to the game.
Gotcha.
If it is, I'll bring in a clip from someone else or I'll put it there.
Yeah, which is so cool. I've seen a couple of your transitions, and I'm like, "Fuck, this guy's really good at this."
Oh, thank you. Yeah, there's better out there, but I can do the simple stuff, and you do it every day.
Here's a little known fact about myself.
Okay.
I've got a YouTube channel.
Oh.
And I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I have 100 followers.
No way.
First 100 the hardest.
Wow.
We said that at the start.
Sarah, you're
I
about
know,
to get
right?
101
I know.
now, but
I think I have 112 actually.
No way.
What's the channel?
It's called Graphically Hip, named
Graphically
after
Hip.
my business.
Yes.
It's a very, very niche channel and probably won't ever grow to be that huge. It's just a channel that I have for beginner Adobe Illustrator users who also use the same printer that I have in the back of my shop.
Love it.
It's called a Roland BN20.
Love it.
It's not an easy printer to learn, but I've been working with Roland's pretty much my whole career, so it's I get it, and so I figure maybe I can help someone else. And
for sure.
That's great.
there's a Facebook group for BN20 users, so I promote my videos a lot there. And I've only had this YouTube channel maybe a month or two.
Oh shit.
That's fantastic.
So yeah, they love my videos, and I love helping them, and I always ask them for ideas. What do you want to see?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Like you didn't have enough on your freaking plate.
Yeah. I know, right?
You would have thought you'd have
I
that
only do
too.
like one a week or something. I'm not
but that's
super.
Still, like,
cool.
Where do you find the time?
Well, you know what? A lot of it is when I'm doing actual graphic design on my computer.
Yeah.
I just hit record.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I do it live.
So
I'm talking and walking people through each step as I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Which might make more sense for you.
Maybe, but maybe not. Maybe I should be. I don't know how to do it differently, though. So that's why I don't.
Because you'd have to film it all and line it all out. I don't know.
Right.
There's pros and cons, right? Because we'll do, I'll do advertisements or whatever where they'll give me some footage or I'll have to kind of create the ad.
Right.
And then that's a little outside of my formula. So sometimes I'll do it live. Sometimes we'll record a little bit. We'll put voiceover. A lot of times it depends if I have the face cam up. Like if I have the face cam down, then I can do anything because you can read off your screen. I try, right? Like that's a big part of it too, is when the face cam's there.
Yeah.
Which with ads, I'll go in and out depending if I want to read from the script or not. Because it looks weird if you're just reading from a script and the face cam's on. Yeah.
Right.
I'd rather.
Don't forget to smile. Show some emotion.
Yeah.
Freaking robot.
So maybe you should try out the other one, see how it goes.
Yeah.
Try out the other style.
I just got a full subscription to the Adobe suite, and I think there's some video and recording software in there.
Premiere.
So,
Premiere.
Premiere.
That's and
I have no idea how to use it.
It's
but
the one. It's the one to learn.
I have that on mine too, and I haven't even.
I know,
looked at it yet.
right?
I think a little tutorial you'll get there. And there's a few good things about it. I did Windows Movie Maker till 500,000 subs.
Wow.
Just the most basic,
super basic.
Cut, upload.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
That was it. So that was kind of, I'd always brag about to my buddies. Just I'm gonna be the first guy to hit 1 million on Movie Maker. We didn't make it. We switched it around
Movie
500,000.
Maker, wow.
Premiere is way better.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know why I made my life so hard for so long.
No kidding, hey? It must have just been like, holy shit.
All these new unlocks, right? These new abilities.
I just unlocked. You sound like a video. You sound like a gamer.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
just unlocked the next level.
I'm still a gamer.
Leveled up.
Yeah.
A little bit of a nerd.
Totally leveled up.
Well, that's cool.
But I'll go watch the videos. I want to watch.
Oh, you would be bored to death. Honestly,
I'm gonna check it out.
But you know what's so cool? My dad, he's like my biggest fan, and he watches every video. He always texts me. He's like, it blows my mind how much you know about this stuff.
Nice.
He's so sweet.
Good.
And I think I only have like 20 videos or something.
I can't wait. I'm checking it out.
Me too. Good on you. 100 that quick is.
I'm not exciting though. Like you have the voice for this. I'm just like boring as fuck walking people through how to do stuff. Yeah. So I'm giving you that pre-warning.
Okay. There we go.
The people who need to know what I teach, enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I'm not exciting. Not like you. Not even by a long shot.
But maybe, he's here for a reason, and that's your inspiration. So
maybe I need to be like,
Yeah, the next one
channel
we
your
full
inner Brayden.
excitement.
I'm going to. My next video is going to be like, fucking check out this circle I just drew you guys.
Get a good hook like that right at the start. Just
you
lose your
need a name. Something Camping Rusher. We'll figure something else out for you.
Just lose your shit. I love that. I'm going to.
Yeah, they won't click off after that.
What would be a good hook? What do you say? Like, what do you have? Like a library of hooks?
Mine's just, hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, that's like every.
What's up? But the way you say it, it's like, hey, what's up, Brayden?
I'll redo it like 5 times. It didn't sound right. Doesn't sound right. Been doing that since video number 1.
Yeah.
That's
and you say goodbye the same way every time too. And I love how you say goodbye. Yeah. That's like my favorite part of the video. It is goodbye.
Okay.
You have a way of doing it.
We should let him do the outro tonight.
We should, yes.
I would love to.
Our outro is stay hip, so you could do it in your goodbye voice.
I would love that. What an honor.
Yeah.
What an honor.
Your radio voice.
Tune in next week for the continuation of this episode. Until then, stay hip.